Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
Meet Cleaver.
And today is Sun's Day, also known as Sunday, August 14th, 2022. Did you hear that? It's my day. I get, like, you know, we sons get so many days every year, like one day a week.
You get a day a week?
Yeah.
That's one too many.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
Father's Day only gets one day, Mother's Day only gets one day, you know.
A year?
Yeah.
You're getting 52.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on into history, shall we? So what happened on this date? Well, starting in the year 1040, King Duncan I of Scotland was killed in battle against his first cousin and rival, Macbeth, not murdered in his sleep as in the Shakespeare's play. The latter does succeed him as a king. Well, you know, I mean, like, you know.
Well, let's just look at that for 1 second. A king is killed in battle? Unbelievable. He was out there fighting? Holy cow.
Actually, that happened a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, you know, like...
Doesn't happen today.
I know, who'd have thunk it? Like, you know, leaders of nations actually fighting for their nations.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, yeah, they sent young men out to die as well, but at least, you know, they went out with them.
And Macbeth killed him? Wow.
Yeah, Macbeth. Yeah, his first cousin and rival.
Shakespeare made it famous.
Yeah, although Shakespeare...
yeah, he did.
Yeah. Moving on up into 1281, during Kublai Khan's second Mongol invasion of Japan, his invading Chinese fleet of 3,500 vessels disappeared in a typhoon near Japan. Uh-oh.
A typhoon.
That's
Gets
not
you
good.
every time, yeah.
3,500.
Yeah.
That's
a lot.
Damn. 1498, Christopher Columbus landed at the mouth of the Orinoco River in what is now Venezuela.
Yeah, here we go again. Back down there in the central southern part of America.
Mm-hmm.
Still shocks me every time something comes up about it.
Yeah. Like, I always thought at some point he landed in Florida, but apparently not. Like, you know,
I just thought he went. I knew he landed down in that area somewhere, but I thought then he traversed on up into Florida somewhere.
Apparently not.
Nope.
1585, Queen Elizabeth I of England refused sovereignty of the Netherlands. Wow.
I wonder why she refused it. Oh, okay, sovereignty, yeah.
Yeah, refused sovereignty
Yeah,
of
she
Netherlands.
wanted to own it.
Well, wouldn't that be owning? Sovereignty?
Well, sovereignty, they wanted to be themselves, so she refused them sovereignty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I misread it to begin with, too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Worded poorly.
Yeah. 1846, Henry David Thoreau was jailed for refusing to pay taxes.
That'll get you.
Yep. 1862, Abraham Lincoln received the first group of black U.S. citizens to confer with a U.S. president. Cool.
Oh.
So the first blacks to talk to a president.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
He had an advisor, I guess you'd call him an advisor today, a black guy that he was really close to and was really smart. He listened a lot to. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. I wish I could.
Lincoln advisor. Abraham Lincoln.
Black advisor.
Lincoln advisor. Edward Stanton.
I think that's it.
Abraham Lincoln, black advisor. Abolitionist Frederick Douglass, abolitionist.
Could be. And now I'm lost. It could be. Yeah, there was someone there that had us here for sure.
Who was Abraham Lincoln? Advisor. Yeah, it said Douglass.
Okay.
After the second meeting, Frederick Douglass became a respected advisor to Lincoln.
That's the guy, right
and he
there.
was black. I can see him right there.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, wow, good poll. 1882, Queen Victoria received Zulu chief Kittiweo.
Okay.
So I guess that, you know, they met or something, you know, they had a meeting, they, you know, received them.
They did receive him. I don't know what the significance
Unless
of
it's
that
like
is.
a different form of reception. You know?
No, get out of there.
That's probably what she said.
Oh, geez, it's getting worse. Pick up your feet, please.
That's what he said.
Oh, God. I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm egging this guy on.
Doesn't take much. 1890, Cecil Rhodes colonists reached Mashonaland with Fort Victoria. He was a British businessman and imperialist politician. Imperialism. Always yucky. I seem to be askew here, so I'm going to try to fix the camera.
It's not the camera that's askew.
That's true. I was just kind of on an angle or something. You know? Yeah, this camera, like, it doesn't like to stay in place.
Actually, you've leveled it up pretty well.
1903, champion James J. Jeffries, Triple J, scored a 10th round technical knockout win over former champion James J. Corbett, or JJC, in San Francisco, in his 6th heavyweight boxing title defense.
Now, you're always talking about lookalikes, and I got first glance, Oliver Hardy.
Yeah, I was just thinking Hardy.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of looks like him.
Of Laurel and Hardy.
Especially with the hat and everything,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. 1933, Jimmy Fox hit for cycle and set American League record with 9 RBIs. What's an RBI?
Runs batted in.
Oh, okay.
Now, you know what hitting for the cycle is. We've talked about this before. This is your test.
Well, I'm going to fail it. But, like,
You don't remember. I give you these words of wisdom, and they just go off you like water off a duck, don't they?
Yeah.
He hit a single, double, triple, and a home run.
Okay.
He hit for the cycle.
Okay. I mean, like, eventually I'll remember it, you know? Like...
You failed the test. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, it wouldn't be the first time I failed the test.
Anything sports, you're pretty well toast.
I don't think I'd ever, actually... Is it called a pass or a fail with a pregnancy test? Like, no, or is it just
Pretty much
positive
it.
negative?
Well, I
Because, like...
think it's positive negative, but it is a pass or fail, yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, you know, I would always fail a pregnancy test.
Yeah. The point is, pass or fail is which is good and which is bad.
Exactly.
You don't
know.
know.
That's why I'm saying, like, you know, fail as in you're having a kid, oh no, you know, like...
Or fail because you're not pregnant.
Yeah. Depends on what you want.
You want a kid. Yep. So it's going to be positive, negative.
That's it. So anyway, moving on up into 1941, U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill issued the joint declaration that later became known as the Atlantic Charter.
Yeah.
What is the Atlantic Charter? Is that like the precursor to NATO?
No, I think it's, you know, we're together against Hitler.
Yeah, the Atlantic Charter was a statement issued on 14th of August 1941 that set out American and British goals for the end of the World War II.
Oh, okay, so it was how they wanted to divvy everything up.
Yeah.
Assuming they win.
Yeah.
A hell of an assumption.
Outline the aims of the United States and the United Kingdom for the post-war world as follows: no territorial aggrandizements, no territorial change made against the wishes of the people, you know, self-defamation, restoration of self-government to those who, you know, on and on and on. I'm going to post, there's a lot of comments here, so I'm going to post this in the underbar. Welcome! I see Scott has joined us.
Hey, boy.
It sounds like Alice is here, too.
I am here. I decided to moo-hoo-ha-ha-ha myself in here for the show, so I have time to kill and help out maybe a little.
Nice.
All right.
So-
Nice. How you doing, Scott?
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
How you doing today?
Yeah.
That's it.
Alice, good to hear your voice again.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Hi, Pops. How you
Hey,
doing?
I'm doing good.
So where are we on this lovely thing? I'm just going to watch the screen share of yours so that I can just read something if you want.
We are in 1942 in the main body.
Dwight
Okay.
D.
Oh, look at you with your sunglasses. Look like a Hollywood starlet right there.
Hey, definitely retro.
Yeah.
I know. I love my sunglasses.
Dang, for a
So,
second there when the camera froze, she looked like, you know, actually like a photograph. That
Yep.
was
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
We got all these
Oh,
people now. We usually only have one or two. So.
What's up, Scott?
Oh, I got my father listening here at the moment. I'm just telling him a bit about.
All right.
He's also Scott.
Well, so there's Scott, you know, and Scott. There's Scotts everywhere.
A lot of Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, left, scat around here. I mean, Scots around here.
Hey, let's get to Eisenhower.
Yeah. Who won 1942?
So here we got, in 1942, we have a Dwight D. Eisenhower named commander for the invasion of North Africa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
invaded...
Well, I'm looking up at your screen here, so I'll just read it.
Yeah. I have another one here for you.
Okay, so we also have a historic event. In 1944, we have British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. He arrived in Corsica.
Anyone know where Corsica is?
Yeah, where is that,
Oh,
actually?
it said something about France. Corsica, an island in France. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. That is a nice belt buckle you have there, sir.
She's probably at work.
Ooh,
Nice!
you got an interesting one here, Miss Alice.
Oh,
Okay, so oh, shit snacks. We got 1945 Ho Chi Minh's Viet Minh movement launch. A coordinated uprising against French rule across Vietnam following the Japanese surrender. That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
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 Like, we were talking about this actually just yesterday, because, like, you know, as we all know, during World War II, France fell, you know, and then...
Yeah.
So, since they were gone as a sovereign nation being occupied by, you know, like, another nation...
By Germany, yeah.
Yeah, like, Vietnam was a French colony. So,
Yeah,
if
it
their
was.
host country doesn't exist, why are they still, you know, being colonized? Why are they still under the rule of French rule when their own native land isn't? So that's what started the whole thing that, you know, went up into, like, our involvement because of, you know, politics and everything. You know, that lasted for, like, 50, 60, 70 some odd years, you know?
Well, also, wouldn't you think, like, this whole thing, like, because this is back, what, 1945?
Right.
Whole thing, like, wouldn't that be, like, the precoursing start of, like, the whole Vietnam War eventually?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know...
Well,
Yeah,
we kicked
that's
the
what-
French
that's
out,
what
and then
I'm
we stepped
reiterating.
in later.
Yeah, we stepped
Yeah.
in to reestablish, you know, control for the French, but we also were like, you know, capitalism versus communism. Oh, the battle of the ideologies, like, you know.
Well, that and also the false flag of that sinking of a ship out in
Yeah,
the
Gulf
Vietnam.
of Tonkin.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like that false flag to basically force us in. So
they actually
yeah.
admitted. Apparently, I was seeing on Tim Pool's show, I believe they admitted at some point in the '90s that that was indeed a false flag. Like, our government
bit.
straight up said, "Oh yeah, we lied just to get our troops in there." Like,
Well,
Yeah,
we've done
well,
that throughout history.
It's
Come
just
on.
kind of
yeah.
like how we allowed Pearl Harbor to happen, you know?
We did it with Mexico, too, for California.
yeah, well, the Spanish-American War. Well, you know,
No, not that. The
Mexican-American War.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, like, how we got all of that land is we because we had captured Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, or whatever his name was, Santa Anna.
Yeah.
And he was, like, not only their greatest general, he was the president. He was the
Right,
ruler of
right,
Mexico.
right.
Once again, another example of the leader of a nation fighting alongside his peers, you know, or the people he, you know, governs and everything. What a concept. But, like, we had it. So to trade that, you know, like, oh, we will give you your leader back alive if you give us, you know, all this land. And that's how we got, you know, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, California, you know,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
The entire Pacific Southwest, Texas, you know, like,
Well, this got off of Ho Chi Minh, but
yeah,
go for it.
yeah.
Yeah, well, also, we'll take into concept that, you know, Canada probably wanted Washington. We should just left them to have. Canada should have just kept Washington.
State, yeah, but then we wouldn't have, like, the perfect, you know, border, at least on that side. The 39th parallel or whatever, maybe I'm thinking of the...
Hey, alright. Have you not seen the northern tip of Minnesota where you actually have
Yeah.
to drive into Canada to get to that part of Minnesota?
Yeah, that's right. You have to go through the border twice to get to that one little town. That's kind of stupid. Like, anyway, Mr. Scott.
Why don't we just take more of Canada?
Yeah,
Well, technically, Canada's just an extension of Minnesota. Come on. Let's all be real here.
let's pull a Fallout and just annex Canada for easier traverse to Alaska. Just close the bar, you know, close the gap.
Just so long as Trudeau doesn't become my governor, okay?
Oh, man,
Oh,
please.
man.
Please.
Anyway, Mr. Scott, why don't you take 45 here?
All right, 1945. Japanese government notifies the Allies that it had accepted the Potsdam Declaration.
Ah, the Potsdam
I
Declaration.
know.
What is that?
Never heard of it.
I've heard of that word, Potsdam. let's see here.
I've heard it too, but like I'm drawing a blank of like where I've heard it from.
But before Japan's surrender.
Yeah, the Potsdam Declaration was an ultimatum issued by the United States, Great Britain, and China on July 26, 1945, calling for the unconditional surrender of Japan.
Ah, okay.
So, I'm gonna.
Yeah, unconditional, indeed.
Yes. Absolutely no conditions.
Well, we did like what? Didn't we just drop the bombs on them too?
Yeah. But it wasn't just the bombs, it was the fact that Russia was pushing in, like, they had retaken pretty much all of Mongolia that Japan had taken.
Yeah,
from
Mongolia
China.
and all that.
And not to mention China,
China was pushing back too.
well, not just that, but, this is when the start of Maoism was going on. So they were fighting, a two-front war, one from outside, one from in,
Yeah,
which is not good.
they really were.
But
It's nicht so gut.
I have another 45 here.
Oh, jeez. The VJ Day.
Oh, the famous photo.
Yeah.
Scott.
Of the sailor kissing the random person. Did they ever find out who those two people
Nope.
were?
I don't think.
Never did.
I don't think so, no.
Never did. They couldn't figure it out. No one stepped forward.
Yeah, it's one of the most iconic pictures, and yet nobody to this day is actually
Kissing the
owned up
Lord.
to
It's
thing
kind
like
of cool. They
them.
never did because it represented everybody.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Exactly.
the unknown
No,
soldier
really
buried,
funny.
Yeah, the tomb of the unknown soldier, or like the kiss of the unknown sailor,
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That's very clear there, honey.
Thank you.
You got
Scott.
Okay, 1945 VJ Day. Japan surrenders unconditionally to end World War II. Also August 15th, depending on time zone. Kissing the war goodbye, VJ Day.
Yep.
Depending on time.
That's why I was like, oh, VJ, huh? Like, who wants to be a VJ? Like, MTV?
Well, VJ is also an Indian name, Vijay, Vijay. Like I've reported on people who actually are called, their name is VJ. Like Vijay Hashabagadabataka or whatever an Indian last name
Wow.
would be.
Wow.
I just make something up. She's
You
melting.
lost her.
You had to say it like that. God, you're such a turd nugget. Yeah. But you're my turd nugget, so.
Huh.
Well, not really.
Yeah.
I didn't poop you out or anything, so, I mean. You know what I mean.
Mr. Scott.
And let's move on up. Let's go to some
Okay.
sports history here.
Next
Yeah.
one,
1947.
1947. Yep, 1947. Babe Didrikson Zaharias gives up amateur status for $300,000. The golfer.
So, how much is $300,000 in today's time, though?
300,000, 1947. Let me check.
Maybe 10 cents on the dollar, so that makes it
That's
3
probably a
million.
lot of money.
300,000 would be, you're right, 3,982.
Yeah, 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, $3,986,246.64 today.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy. That's a lot of money.
Making the big bucks.
Yeah. Moving on up into 1948, Australian fast rower Ray Lindwall took 6-20 as England dismissed for a record low 52 in fifth cricket test at the Oval. Don Bradman out for O in final test innings. He went to the Oval, where the Lions attack you.
Oh, you brought that up when I said yesterday.
Yeah. Dude, seriously, I thought you were saying lines, like painted lines, so like the lines on the football field, just
Yeah, I remember that.
come at you, like sliding across the ground, like some horror, like.
Yeah, if I didn't mention tigers, you would have probably had no idea
Yeah.
that that's
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah, everybody was confused. Moving on up into 1951, a Place in the Sun, a film adaptation of Theodore Dreser's An American Tragedy, directed by George Stevens, starring Montgomery Clift, Elizabeth Taylor, and Shelley Winters, premiered in Los Angeles, California, later to win 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director in 1952. Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Elizabeth Taylor did Cleopatra. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Big time.
It's a good one.
And I believe that was my 3, so it's your turn again, Mr. Scott, because Alice is MIA.
Okay. 1952, Alan Turing's groundbreaking paper on mathematical biology, The Chemical Basis of Morphogenesis, is published.
Morphogenesis. What is that?
Sounds familiar. What the heck is
Yeah,
that?
let's find out.
The shaping of an organism by embryological process of differentiation of cells, tissues, and organs, and the development of organ systems, including the genetic blueprint of the potential organism and environmental conditions. So basically, the development of the child, the fetus. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So like
What year was that again?
1952.
Jeez.
So
that
the
goes
chemical
way back.
basis of
Yeah.
morphogenesis. So basically the chemicals that go into the development of a new life form within the womb. So, interesting.
Never heard of that before.
Nope.
Now we have
62.
50. Oh yeah, 62 now.
All right, next one. 1962, NASA civilian test pilot Joseph A. Walker takes X-15 to 60,000 meters.
I don't remember him, but I remember 60
Miles.
Yeah.
For miles.
Yeah, I
Miles.
remember that. I don't remember him, but I remember when they took that X-15 up that high.
Yeah, I remember the X-15. Didn't they launch it off of a plane already in flight or something?
I believe they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. Oh. One more. Oh, the Beatles.
All
There you
right.
go.
1965, Beatles tape an appearance for The Ed Sullivan Show.
Interesting.
Yep. The entire world watched that.
Yeah.
At least the entire United States, anyways.
Yeah. 1965 as well, Sonny and Cher's single "I Got You, Babe" hit number 1.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Goddess of Pop.
Yeah.
So,
Never heard of that. Goddess of Pop.
So that's what she's called, the goddess of pop.
Apparently, Cher.
Apparently.
Sonny and Cher. So.
Yeah.
1967, celebrity hairdresser Vidal Sassoon cut actress Mia Farrow's hair into the famous pixie cut, costing $5,000.
Wow.
Wow. In reality, just a publicity stunt. Farrow had previously cut her own hair. So,
You're kidding.
wow.
Oh, jeez.
But what's the pixie cut?
Real short.
Let's see here.
It's like putting a bowl on your head, cutting it all around, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of.
That was the Karen cut. Okay.
The Karen cut.
Well, that's what the Karen, like,
Yeah.
the Karen is always, like, has
Yeah,
that haircut.
What do you think was going on, son? From,
And then 1973,
Oh.
Johnny Unitas filed a $725,000 suit against Baltimore Colts. Huh. Wonder what happened.
not sure why.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know. I think that was my 3.
Okay. Next one.
Yep.
Your turn.
All right, 1975. Pakistani military coup against Bangladeshi President Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Huh. Alright.
Yeah, I don't. That's a new one for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
always trouble in the middle.
What else happened in 75?
1975. Russian composer Dmitry Shostakovich is buried at the Novodevichy Cemetery in Moscow.
Interesting. You have another good
Never
one
heard of
here.
him. Another good one.
Oh,
All
an
right, here we
interesting
go.
one.
1980, Democratic Convention in New York City nominates Jimmy Carter for president and Walter Mondale for vice president.
Wah, 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 wah.
In the background.
That was great. Whoever did that. Whoever did that, give them a high five for me.
Yeah.
That was great. 1981, Phil's Mike Schmidt hit his 300th career home run off New York Met Mike Scott. Another Scott.
Yeah.
Wow, we're just surrounded by Scotts today, aren't we?
Third baseman.
Seems to be.
1982, Pete
Pete
Rose
Rose.
of the Phillies, 12,365 at-bat sets record, passed Aaron. All right.
Man, they got Pete Rose like they got Michael Phelps in these. There's always something Pete
Yeah.
Rose in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had broke so many records. He's got to be in the Hall of Fame at some point.
Well,
I don't know.
I doubt if he ever will be. At least not while he's alive.
Well, if you want to talk about something that just like oversaturated, you missed out during the Wimbledon times.
Oh,
my
God.
God. Oh man, it's just like it was
Everyday Wimbledon.
for 2 straight weeks. There was like 10 articles of Wimbledon, like just enough. In 1985, Michael Jackson bought ATV Music, including publishing rights to most of the Beatles' song catalog, for $47.5 million. 10 years later, he sold half of it, his interest to Sony, for $150 million. Talk about an investment.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Wimbledon, just a minute ago, you know what's coming up? The U.S. Open.
Oh,
They're going to have that every day.
The U.S. Open. That's golf, right?
No, it's tennis.
Tennis. Oh, great. More tennis. No. We want to talk about making a racket.
Oh, boo. Here we go.
Mr. Scott, what happened in 86?
These names again. 1986, Pakistani opposition leader Benazir Bhutto arrested.
Yeah,
Huh.
she eventually got assassinated.
Ooh. What happened?
Killed her.
Well, yes. But why?
Oh, she's a political opponent.
Oh, okay. So that explains things. Another one.
This one I'm familiar with. 1987, Oakland's Mark McGwire sets rookie home run record at 39 en route to 49. And
Yeah.
Dang.
he's known for St. Louis Cardinals. He hit his 70 home runs in 1998.
Yeah.
And then the steroid thing happened.
Yeah.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Or should he be? It is steroid induced.
Mhm.
Him and what was the other guy's name?
they consider that era saved baseball, even if it was cheating.
Yeah. Do you recall who he's going head to head with in hitting home
Sammy
runs?
Sosa.
There we go.
Sammy
Thank you,
Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
Why did Barry Bonds pop into my brain?
I don't know.
Just
Well, that
another
was a
name.
little bit later. Yeah, he got the record too a little bit later,
Ah.
like mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about records. I just, the names, they're just names to me. So, anyway, you have a third one here in 89, 2 more years later.
1989, President P.W. Botha of South Africa resigns.
Huh.
Okay. Wonder what the significance of that is.
I
Don't
guess
bother
he just,
looking it up.
Yeah,
It's
he just
kinda weird to
resigned.
have it there.
Yeah. 1991, MLB Minnesota Twins Dave Winfield was the 23rd to hit 400 home runs. Cool.
Yeah.
Look at how straight that mustache is. It's just like, straight mustache.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dave Winfield. Great hitter.
2 more years later, in 1993, Reggie Jackson Day, New York Yanks retired 13th number 44.
Mr. October.
Mr. October.
Yep.
You both said it.
That's what he is,
There you
Mr.
go.
October.
Saw Reggie Jackson. But
In 1994, British Open Women's Golf, Woburn Dukes Course. Liza
pretty cool.
Lotz Newman won by 3 strokes from fellow Swede Annika Sorenstam, first LPGA sanctioned Open. What does LGPA stand for again? LPGA.
Ladies.
Professional Golfing Association.
There you go.
Yeah.
I want you to finish it.
Ladies Professional Golf Association.
Yeah, as soon as you because the first one, the first letter is where I got hung up at. Now I can figure it out from there.
Oh,
So
true.
yeah.
Now, why doesn't the PGA, the men's, have an M in front of it? We want equal rights here.
Yeah. Not just rights, but equality.
Equality, there we go.
Yeah. That reminds me of that one video. You know who Ben Shapiro is, right?
Of course.
Okay. There's this one video about this woman why shouldn't we have girls in the Boy Scouts? It's why is the Boy Scouts only for boys? Because it's in the name, Boy Scouts.
Yeah. You have
You
the
ha-
Girl Scouts,
Yeah,
too.
exactly. See, and this was confused. As a kid, I was in the YMCA for a bit. It's the Young Men's Christian Association. There also is a YWCA. Well, why are there girls in the YMCA? They have their own thing. Go there. Leave us alone. It's not enough that they have their own thing. They gotta start invading us. Come on.
See, now we got the PGA coming, and what I said, where's that M?
Yeah. Whose turn was it? Scott?
one.
I think it was still Scott's turn.
Okay. 1994 PGA Championship Men's Golf Southern Hills Country Club. Nick Price of Zimbabwe wins his second PGA Championship by 6 strokes from American Corey Haven.
Wow, that's 6 strokes. That's a huge lead.
That is. That's almost like an entire hole.
You said strokes.
An entire hole?
That could be taken 2 different ways, like Joe Biden strokes or
Well, that really depends. That really depends on the Joe Biden. Are we talking mental stroke or I mean,
Joe Biden strokes or golf strokes or stroking the hard
No, don't go there.
you know?
We're not going to talk about
Oh,
those
I just
strokes.
did.
well, what about pedaling stroke?
Oh, there you
stroke.
go.
Stroke.
Oh, Family Strokes, yeah, or the
Different
TV
strokes.
show.
Family
yeah,
ties.
different strokes, not family. Oh, that does sound dirty.
Ugh.
Family strokes.
We do not.
Everybody, strokes for everybody.
We do not condone Alabama.
Oh my lord.
Where are you going with this? Are you kidding me?
I don't think my boyfriend's bringing me lunch today.
Well, goodbye, Alabama fans. You're now gone. I feel you for you.
Yeah, sorry Alabama, but you guys had it coming. Just kidding, I love Alabama.
You had to use that word, huh?
It's Arkansas I don't really care for. But that's because of just 2 people.
Anyway, while you're here, why don't we take advantage of you? We are in 1994 now.
No, didn't we just do the PGA?
Yeah, I see the PGA. You just did that one, right?
1995.
Oh, what we got here? Oh, we've got one guy, Noel Gallagher. He was, I think, the guitarist to, or the lead singer of Oasis.
Good pull.
The battle of Britpop rival bands, Oasis with Blur. Oh, the band Blur. The lead, they did that song, woohoo!
Okay,
But yeah, apparently Oasis and Blur had a rivalry. But actually, what ended up happening, the lead singer of Blur is actually the lead singer in the band Gorillaz now. So.
Oh,
Wow. Great
Yeah.
pull.
Gorillaz.
Yeah, I knew this one.
Gorillaz is a band that has that one song where somebody's just laughing randomly for no reason.
I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got
So-
sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is
I've
coming.
looked up this next one quite a bit.
It looks here they're
Well, they both released a single on the same day,
Yeah,
and they
so-
were big rivals out in the
so
UK.
Oasis
Hey,
released
so-
Roll
hello.
With It, and Blur released Country House.
Hello.
Well, you guys are
Yeah.
Would you
full of
mind if I
worthless
did the next,
information here? I can't believe it.
Do we mind if you what?
did the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
do
go
it.
ahead.
So,
you.
because 1997 convicted Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh, formerly sentenced to death by Oklahoma Court of Appeals. And the way he was caught was interesting because he just caught. After it happened, they were looking for him. He got caught on the highway with no license plate,
Yep.
and then somebody randomly pulled him over, and that's how he was caught.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, my old roommate's wife back in Minnesota, she was actually in Oklahoma City on a field trip the day the bombing happened.
Oh, wow.
And she was only a few blocks away from it when it happened too, so all hell broke loose. But she told me some stories about it, and I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Well,
crazy.
had to be.
They
Oh,
both
yeah.
came from the military too. He's a military guy.
Yeah.
Probably had some PTSD, and he didn't get the help he needed after serving, so it probably snapped, and we gotta treat
That
our veterans
or-
better.
Yeah, it was
That, or,
a
he's just a proxy to let something happen. He's the fall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, who wants 1998 here?
I'll take 98 here. In 1998, we have a historic event. It looks like Winnie Mandela sued by South African government. So Nelson Mandela's wife
Yeah,
looks like she got sued by the government of South Africa.
that's weird.
Bro. She had like 5,000 pairs of shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds familiar. Attack him, attack the family.
Yeah.
You did it in quite a while.
Mr. Scott, why don't you take both 2016s here?
Are you there?
Okay. 2016, Great Britain's Andy Murray wins the men's tennis singles gold medal at Rio de Janeiro Olympics. 7-5, 4-6, 6-2, 7-5 over Juan Martín del Potro of Argentina.
Crossroads was a lot here.
Yeah, Andy Murray was pretty good.
Yeah, he was the first Brit to win the British Open in years and years and years. I can't remember what year he did it, but somewhere right around there.
Oh, interesting.
What else happened at that same time? Same year.
Same day, too.
Yeah.
Jamaican sprint star Usain Bolt wins coveted 100-meter Olympic 100-meter gold medal in 9.81 minutes at Rio de Janeiro Olympics. First man to win the event 3 times. Yeah,
Wow.
It's amazing.
So you got like the triple crown of like horse racing.
Yeah. Now, why do you compare him to horse racing? That sounds racist.
Oh, come on, man.
Because he's
I was
a
just saying it
horse's
just
ass. I
remind me,
don't
like three medals, it kind of remind me of like a
Horses,
triple
you know,
crown
yeah,
for some
I
reason.
got you. Flag.
We got
I
some
got
Donald Trump next.
Ooh.
Can I do this one?
Go for
Yes.
In 2017, U.S. President Donald Trump condemns racist violence at the White House after criticism of his earlier response to Charlottesville, where he's like, some people, like, there are good people on both sides. And, like, if you actually, like, listen to the rest of it, he condemns
Yeah.
neo-Nazis and the KKK and all that in there, but
Yeah.
they like to edit that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, here's
So,
something
like,
here's something that people like don't seem to remember. Okay, you talk about Nazism, you talk about fascism, you talk about communism, socialism, the KKK. You know, all of these things, they're all born out of liberal ideologies, the left.
They
know?
were.
So the
They
left,
were indeed.
the left are the cause of all the world's problems. You know, like pretty much.
Well, the KKK
Yeah,
was a
liberal
strong arm
ideology.
of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
That's documented.
And who wants this last one here?
In sports history, let's give it to Scott.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know much about this one, but 2019 Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan strongly criticizes India for revoking Kashmir's special status and putting it under lockdown in address in Pakistan-controlled Kashmir.
So what's that all about, actually? I don't understand exactly.
So apparently India removed Kashmir's special status. Something it has to involve like cricket or some kind of sport. So like the Kashmir is a province or a city or something in India or controlled by
Kashmir,
India.
yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah, it's
Kashmir.
right in between India and Pakistan, and they're still fighting over it today.
Yeah.
And they came
Yeah,
to
they're still
real
fighting
close
over the
nuclear
borders
blows
there,
at one
too.
point, not too long ago, a couple 3 years ago.
Well, that
Yeah,
makes sense
Pakistan
because
is part of India.
Originally Pakistan was an extension of India up until, like, I can't remember what year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 70 something. It's a fairly young country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like okay, so that makes sense because if India did continue giving Kashmir their special status, then they're acknowledging that that's not part of them. So it's a political play. It's like, you know, how China is with Taiwan. You know, they don't want to acknowledge that they're their own separate nation. They're like, no, that's part of us. We can't give them their own special thing because they're supposed to represent us. You know, they're supposed to be part of us. So there's all that.
I really want the door open. It's so cold in the background.
Pardon me. Before we get into births and deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most?
Oh man.
Well, I came in late in the game, and so, but was that like when I first, like one of the first ones I wrote, I have a brain fart because I helped a customer and I was talking about vitamins and minerals, and I have a brain fart now. But I'm going to say that actually what did pop my interest there was that fact that the wife of Nelson Mandela got sued by South Africa.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm exactly right, because it kind of reflects on what we're going on here today. They're persecuting some of our political people.
Yep.
And their
Yeah,
families.
well, especially during an election season too.
Yeah.
You're gonna raid the former president. It's never happened before.
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
All of this is just wild, you know.
Yeah,
How
it's
about
crazy.
the VJ Day?
Yeah, VJ Day, Victory in Japan. That's
Yeah.
official end of World War II. You know.
Yep.
'Cause-
That's a good one.
That one too,
Yep.
I would say, is pretty interesting. Oh,
For-
I have a customer. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, wait.
For me, I'd have to say, Kublai Khan's second Mongol invasion of Japan. Losing 3,500 vessels to a typhoon.
Yeah.
Like an entire invasion force just gone. Like, it's horrifying.
How about the king leading his troops and he ends up dying?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
what was that again?
King Duncan.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Killed in battle
By
against his
Macbeth.
first cousin Macbeth. Yeah.
Who Shakespeare made famous.
Yeah.
Incorrectly, but made him famous.
Yep. Then there's Lincoln. Receiving like the first group of black people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to talk to a president and all that stuff. That's interesting.
I think he's all scared.
Anyway, moving on into births. I'm going to start us off here. Actually, Scott, why don't you start us off here?
Alright, 1742. Pius VII. Pope Pius, yeah. Luigi Barnaba Gregorio Chiaramonti, Italian Bishop of Imola and Pope, 1800 to 1823, born in Cesena, Italy, died in 1823.
Yeah, popes usually die in office. So, I remember when Benedict was stepping down, it's just like, you can do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's... Apparently
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Who else was born on this date?
1777. Hans Christian Ørsted, Danish physicist and chemist, view of chemical law, born in Rudkøbing, Denmark. I really don't know how to say those accented oaths, but I try.
Who does? You gotta be from Denmark, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I'm not familiar with.
No.
But
Oh, Alice, come back.
Save it for her.
but
Okay.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah, no, she loves like the OK Corral. It's her favorite movie. Her ringtone for text is "I'm your Huckleberry." Like, all right,
Too bad she's got a customer.
Yeah.
all right. Well, we're gonna save that for her. So,
Okay.
Take us up into 1881. We have Francis Ford, was a U.S. actor, the Quiet Man, born in Portland, Maine, dying in 1953.
Man, what type of stuff they do all the way back then as an actor?
What are you talking about?
Well, 1880. Okay, so this
Oh.
is the 50s. He died, so he would have been just an actor in like the 30s, the 20s, whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Well, at the turn of the century, maybe he started. He would have been
Silent
19
films.
years old at the turn of the century. So yeah,
Maybe it's a silent film. The Quiet Man.
would be. Theater.
I guess that has no relations to Francis Ford Coppola, whoever that guy is. You know who that
Man.
is?
Well, I was thinking of the Ford Theater. I doubt that.
Yeah,
He has
that-
anything to do with
Well,
that.
The Quiet Man came out in 1952, and he died in 1953. So maybe maybe he did acting like all the way up until like close to his death or something.
Yep.
Anyway, we also have 1926. Rene Goscinny was a French cartoonist, asterisk, born in Paris, France, dying in 1977.
Oh, I recognize the game asterisk. Right?
Yeah. Asterisk
Probably know
was
what you're
apparently
thinking
some
about.
cartoon. Your turn.
Okay.
Earl Weaver.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. 1930, Earl Weaver, American Hall of Fame, Major League Baseball manager. The Baltimore Orioles, 1968 to 1982, 1985 and 1986. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, and died in 2013. Looked like he came back for a year or something.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, one year.
Yeah, look, you see, he played for like a while, like 15 years, and then well, that's the manager, sorry, but he played as well. That's his manager.
yeah.
Well,
time.
most managers have played or something, like, or had some involvement, beforehand.
True. I should look up and see which ones haven't, but yeah, most of them do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Like, why would you go into, a position of that stature,
Yeah, I mean,
without knowing, something.
You may have been a scout or a minor league ball player or whatever,
But I mean, like, the best managers are the ones who can empathize with the players. It's one thing to always, be a number cruncher, but you got to understand human limitations.
Yeah.
You got to,
Have you ever seen the movie Moneyball?
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
I want to though.
So the guy
Brad Pitt,
Billy Bean in that, Billy Bean, the real guy from that. They use real names in that, but he apparently was in Office of the manager or something, and he never really made it to the majors apparently. So that's one example I can think of that.
That's true.
He was involved in baseball but didn't really play. But yeah, that's a good movie. That has
The only thing I know about them is from the movie, and he sure thought outside the box. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had that winning streak that was really famous.
Yeah.
Would it be a better term to call it outside the diamond? I mean, that's like box shape. It's just like askew, It's like a box that's been slightly mushed.
You turned it.
Yeah. You have another one here, 45.
1945, Steve Martin, American comedian, banjo player, author, and actor. Parenthood, The Jerk, and Roxanne, born in Waco, Texas. I also know from Cheaper by the Dozen.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
It's another one I
Funny
remember.
guy.
Yep.
1947, we have Danielle Steele, is a U.S. author. Remembrance, Zoya, Star, and Daddy, born in New York, New York. Huh. There's a book called Daddy. What the hell? That's weird.
Yeah.
We have Gary Larson, born on this date in 1950. He is a U.S. cartoonist. The Far Side. Hey, I like that cartoon.
Yeah.
Born in Tacoma, Washington.
And you're still alive, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Here we go.
Rice.
Your turn.
One of your nemesis.
1959, Irvin Magic Johnson,
Oh, yeah.
American Basketball Hall of Fame point guard, executive, 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, Olympic gold 1992. That was the Dream Team, and he was born in Lansing, Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah, he went to Michigan College.
Yep.
He was a 6'9" point guard, which is almost unheard of back then.
Yeah.
And he's famous for what happened to him when he had to retire. Also, that whole sickness,
AIDS thing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And for one point, they were discussing if him or Kobe Bryant, who was the best Laker of all time, and it was like a toss-up. It could have been both of them. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Even
You gotta
Kareem,
give it to Magic. As great as Kobe was, Magic was Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can even maybe throw Kareem in there as well. Just
Oh, you can throw a lot of them. There's
Yeah,
a
those
lot of
Lakers,
great
yeah.
Lakers.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in the movie Airplane.
Going back and looking at the Celtics, one of the all-time greats that doesn't get talked about much, but really changed the game, Bob Cousy. Great point guard for the Boston Celtics. He changed the game.
He's a little bit earlier.
He
He's the guy.
changed the
Isn't
game
that the
from
one
coming
where
down
you
and
have
setting
him
up to run and gun?
He had him dribbling the ball out, and then the whole crowd storms the court?
Yeah.
I think that's Bob Cousy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have another one here, 66.
1966, Halle Berry, American actress, X-Men, The Last Stand, Monsters Ball, born in Cleveland, Ohio. Obviously, no name.
Yep, Halle Berry. Cleveland, no, that's where, what's his face? The Drew Carey show and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Drew Carey show was based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, the show.
Yeah. Although
I remember Drew Carey from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Drew Carey.
If you ever seen that show?
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah, that's where I first seen him.
Yeah, he was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Yeah.
So his show was kind of taken after where he came from.
Yeah. Well, I think he was the producer and the writer, or he had something to do with that and everything.
I have no idea.
It was because I remember actually I think it was
I remember the show.
Well, the Cleveland show was a different show. That's a cartoon, but like the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, I'm
like
thinking. Yeah,
I remember like the intro. One of the lyrics is like Cleveland rocks, Cleveland
Oh yeah,
rocks.
you're right.
You know.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, Alice could not take this, so I'm gonna have to take it.
Go for it.
We also have Doc Holliday, born on this date in 1851. John Doc Holliday was an American dentist, gambler, and gunfighter. Participated in the gunfight at the OK Corral. Born in Griffin, Georgia, dying in 1887.
How many dentists are gunfighters? You know, amazing.
Yeah, that's you got to be rough and tumble. Anyway, moving on up into deaths, we have John I of Portugal, 1433. He served from 1383 through 1433. He died at the age of 76. That's an interesting.
Which is pretty old back in that time.
Yeah,
Pretty old.
yeah.
For that time, yeah, that's really old.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we have David Farragut, died on this date in 1870. He was a U.S. Admiral. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Died at the age of 69.
Is that his term? Is that
Yeah.
the deal?
Yeah.
How about that? Damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. He was a renowned admiral. One of World War II class ships was called the Farragut. I think it was a cruiser. So one of the early model cruisers.
That blows my mind. He coined the damn the torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
He was like a Navy form of Patton. you
Yeah.
know? Let's
I
go!
guess so.
You know? Anyway, Mr. Scott.
Okay. 1888, Charles Crocker, American business tycoon and railroad executive. Central Pacific Railroad, Southern Pacific Railroad, dies at 65.
Tell you what.
Yeah,
Hey.
I made a little joke there.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, I wonder if he smokes. I wonder if he smoked, and if he does, would that make him a crock pot? You know?
Yeah.
Oh. You have another big name here.
Okay. 1951, William Randolph Hearst, American newspaper publisher, San Francisco Examiner, and Seattle PI, dies at 88.
Ah. Yeah, the Hearst family. There's a Hearst castle out here. They actually,
It's incredible to go to. It's really a good one.
It's so massive. There's multiple tours. You can't do it in one day. And what's really interesting is it's called Hearst Castle because they literally took a castle from somewhere in Europe, stone by stone, figured out, okay, this stone was here, this stone, the elbow bone is connected to the, left bone, whatever. And they rebuilt the entire, structure out here in California on the top of a mountain. And, it's just palatial, gargantuan, a pool area outside and inside.
They have an indoor pool, outdoor pool. They had a zoo, which they don't have there anymore.
Yeah.
But, the thing is just amazing to see.
Yeah. We've been there. We took one of the tours, but, we only got to see so much. So.
And you can do your own personal tour with the tapes, and then you go around by yourself. I don't know if they still do that anymore with people the way they are. They probably don't let you roam.
Oh, look who's back.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
1954, we have Hugo Echner, was a German inventor and commander of the famous Graf Zeppelin during its record-setting flights, dying at the age of 86. So here's this guy again, the co-inventor of the Zeppelin. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He invented some of the gidgy gadgets and stuff,
Yeah.
to help it run and all that stuff. Then we have Bertolt Brecht, died in 1956 on this date. He was a German poet and playwright. Mother Courage. Died of a heart attack at 58. Well, it doesn't sound like he had a lot of courage, Where he's like, Mother, I need courage. I don't know. Anyway, Scott, your turn once again.
So, we're skipping up a few years here.
Yeah.
To 1992.
Yep.
John Sirica, John Sirica, U.S. federal judge, Watergate hearings, dies at 88.
Ah,
Interesting.
Okay.
He was a judge for the Watergate hearings.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And
that appears to conclude the show. So once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to Everything Omni Coalition, which has Sohan's Twitch, the actual Omni Coalition, because this channel is my private channel if you're watching on AO Xander. The Omni Coalition has its own YouTube. It has Rumble, BitChutes. It does have an Odyssey, but that requires money to really run, which we don't have, so that's not really a thing right now. But, we have all these other things. Go check all this stuff out, Anyway, for your dose of Advent Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 8 Hawaiian, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and of course...
1 Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Me, Cleaver.
I'm Scott.
And we also have Alice, or also known as Crow for the time being, currently MIA. And of course, you, viewer, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.